Hello and welcome to another wonderful conversation with Greensboro. My guest today is Ronda Szymanski. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
I have a hard time pronouncing it. We're going to be talking about conscious creativity for art and the chakras. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Tell me about, you grew up in Illinois, right?
That's correct, yeah. On a farm, so getting out in nature, just being really connected to the earth, has always been part of my upbringing, part of my interests, and just being creative also. There was a lot of free time, a lot of play, a lot of just, discovery that I was able to do as a child, just growing up, out there in Greenville, Illinois.
Yeah. And what brought you here to Greensboro, North Carolina?
So my husband's job, we'd been living in Plano for a few years, and he got hired on here full time. So we moved here in 2011, and it was a great opportunity for us. I was able to get plugged into the cultural community here and do some volunteering for some different groups. So it's really been a beautiful place for us to be for the last several years.
Okay, cool. And tell me about your artwork. What got you into your art? You have a very unique ability to find a kind of recycle art.
Yes, actually when we were still in Plano, I was doing some life coaching with a gentleman there, and we had taken a class together called The Artist's Way, and for our final project for the class, we were asked to make a collage that symbolized our life journey. So I was participating in the class too, so I made a collage, and for the central figure of the collage, I thought I wanted to try to paint with paper. So I was using recycled fashion magazines, but I made an image of Mother Mary, so a sacred feminine image coming from fashion and beauty magazines, and the whole process was very enlightening for me. I was able to immerse myself in it, and it was very meditative for me. And I was really happy with the way things turned out. When I took it to class, it really moved people also. And I thought, this is really interesting. This is great. So I thought, can I do it again? So I tried it again, and I did. I made a few more pieces. And when I was still in Texas, I entered my first art show and happened to win a special merit award for my piece that was called The Fall. It's a picture of Christ in the garden with Adam and Eve. And I won a special merit award and a financial prize. And I'm like, maybe I'm really an artist, So I just kept pursuing it through, from that point on. When we came here to Greensboro, I just, I did some more things. I entered more art shows. I've been in some local shows at the CVA, and also just recently last summer had a piece of my work featured on downtown Greensboro's kiosks. So again, Greensboro's been very good to me, very welcoming as far as, the arts have gone, so.
Yeah. How did you start taking a step forward? Because I imagine it's very difficult because you started this in Texas, right? When you really started diving into art.
Yes. I mean, I'd always been creative since I was a kid, but I really, that first piece and just the transformation, and the thought and the idea of, taking this trash and transforming it into a treasure, it really intrigued me, and then just, being able to share that with the world. I take my art to different places, and it just moved people. People were really touched by it, and they, I just knew that it would be a stepping stone anyway to just giving back, and helping raise the spirits, consciousness, and just, inspiring humanity, I guess. So I've always kind of wanted to do things of that nature.
That's so cool. And I was looking through some really interesting pieces, and I remember you had Abe Lincoln on there.
Yeah.
You had Queen Elizabeth, although you called it Queen E.
Yes.
I thought that was kind of cool. Do you have, and you have a lot of religious affiliation in there too.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you choose your subject matter, if you will.
Well, in the beginning of my exploration into this collage and the arts, we had recently become Orthodox and Christian Orthodox, and so I was very inspired by the ancient Byzantine artwork and art world, and so that really is what inspired my pieces, and I wanted. There's a lot of symbolism and a lot of meaning behind those ancient icons within each piece. So even as I create my own pieces, I like to put a lot of symbolism, maybe things that you don't see first off. Also, you have to look a little bit closer to discover those. So it was ancient Byzantine iconography inspired me, and then as any artist does, a lot of times they like to put their own spin on things, and so I started branching out into other subject matters, like, again, Abe Lincoln, the Queen, more leadership positions, and then also my flowers. They represent the fight against human trafficking and exploitation, and so if you look in there, there's a lot of different things that you may uncover, and so they're pretty pictures of flowers, but they're also deeply symbolic as well.
Huh.
So, yeah.
That went right over. That went right through me.
Yeah.
Wow. You have some commissioned pieces. So you have like stuff that you're doing online that you're selling, but do you have like do commissioned work like for
I have done commission work.
Things like that?
Yes, I have. So and then I have a lot of originals that have been in galleries or been exhibited in shows, and have been for sale, and I've sold them to different people across the country. But I also have my art platform. So if people maybe the price point of an original is out of their budget at the moment, they can order a print of the specific image, a replica of the piece of art that they like, in any of the sizes. So I just recently sold one that the original is a 10 by 10 piece, but the people bought it in a much larger size, and so there's a lot of flexibility that way, but you can still get the beauty of the image, the symbolism of the image that I've created, but in any size that you want. I think there's also a lot of fun things that you can purchase on there, like mugs and tote bags and coasters, puzzles. So really being able to make art and images accessible to everyone is also a passion of mine. So it's like, because beauty, just bringing that beauty into the world, I think that it's important, and again, I've always been inspired to do that even from a young age.
And you talk about that in a couple different areas where you're just trying to bring some lightheartedness into your art, into the world.
Definitely. Play, humor, those are important to me. Even when you're talking about serious subject matters, just being able to sort of understand that, yet transmute that, and bring love and just a healing energy to the whole situation, and just really help people in that way too.
Have you ever struggled with any of those? Like when you're trying to do something like that, like, ooh, how am I gonna represent this?
a lot of times when I create my art, I get in a zone, and I really feel like a connection with creator source just kind of coming through me. So a lot of times, yes, sometimes if I get in the way and I start trying to make things happen, I can hang myself up. But if I just relax and just let things come through me, it's amazing, like the things that you'll find, to incorporate into the piece. It just randomly, it's like, how did I find this? Well, it was kind of given to me, so, and sometimes I look back and I think, whoa, like how did this happen? But it kind of, it all just flows. So when I'm connected, when I'm in flow state with creator, I think I create my best work that way. If I try to get in the way and just try to do things, you can totally overwork a piece also. And so it's just finding that balance, and I think.
And how long does it take you to like put something together?
Those pieces, range, and again, when you're in a flow state, in a creative state, I lose track of time. So hours upon hours. Smaller pieces, I have some really mini pieces that I've started creating in a little more abstract fashion as well. They were inspired by my camping trips. I did a solo camping trip across Tennessee and North Carolina up to Acadia. Acadia was my destination point, and so I was inspired. I went with my dog. We had a lot of great trips, and I did some little pieces when I got back, postcard size pieces, so they take a lot less time to do.
So you were doing the work along the way.
They were actually, I worked off of photographs that I took. I didn't take all my supplies with me. It's possible to do the kind of work that I do remotely, and I have set up in different places to do like demonstrations of my artwork. My studio, it's like a bomb went off in there. Like there are so many pieces of paper all over the place, and when you're working with little scraps of paper, the minutest pieces to actually get detail and form, it's like, don't throw that away. That could be something. It's kind of funny that way. So while actually when my son was young, and I traveled from Texas to Illinois to kind of be with him, I'd take my artwork with me there, and I'd sit in a Panera or a restaurant or something and just work on a little bit of the pieces at a time while he was in school, and then pack it up and then do it again. So mostly though, I work out of my studio now. I was
going to say, because reading about your work, it would be difficult to do that in travel because you take recycled pieces and that's your base,
yes,
right?
Yes, yeah.
Of your canvas per se.
But sometimes I like to really give myself boundaries within my work. So I want to create. There was a piece that I created from one issue of O. Henry magazine. I'm like, I want to just do the whole piece just out of this magazine. So I set that for my little boundary, and I was able to do that. And again, finding what you need to find. It's kind of little miracles, of just like, yeah, this it's great. It feels fun when those synchronicities happen, And actually, it's kind of one of my goals, future goals. This is to publicly say this is I want to get a camper van, and I want to take my art supplies and my dog and kind of go across to different national parks across the country and capture some of the beauty and just really get deep into that for a series of art pieces. So we'll see if that happens, but it's goal. It's good to have dreams and goals, right?
Yeah, right. What drew you to that?
Like I said, from a young age, I have loved nature and being out in nature. There was a period, I think, that I went through a little more girly state, like in my early 20s where I wasn't so much into that. But as I've gotten older, just nature is so inspiring to me and meditative. When I walk when I hike, I get a lot of peace and a lot of meditation. So I really have been connecting more and more with nature in that way. And there's just so much, again, with beauty and looking for beauty. I don't know what took me so long to discover, like there's really so much beauty in our national park system. And so going to Acadia was a beautiful experience for me. And I know there's more out there in these other parks, so I'd really just like to experience them as well. It's not a new idea, but it's, and again, from a young age, I've just always loved kind of being out, exploring.
And so you have I'm going to kind of dive into the conscious creativity. So you talked about getting out in nature and being kind of chilled out, if you will. Tell me about this. How did you discover this? I'm guessing this ties in with like the chakras.
Yes, yeah.
Can you tell me about your journey with all that?
I've had actually quite an incredible journey that probably is a whole interview in and of itself, just as far as my whole experience in this. But to simplify it, some of my most transformative experiences that I have had have been in nature, meditating and just really awakening to different energies. And back in the early 2000s, I became a yoga teacher, and so I started learning more about yoga, the energies, and the chakra systems. It's been a progress, a progressive journey, since then that I work on daily in some way or another. But because I've noticed such a transformation in my own life, I feel, again, like I can combine my love of beauty, my love of creativity with these modalities of healing and growth and transformation, and really help people reconnect with their own creativity, which then can inspire them to their own awakening experiences, spiritual experiences, growth experiences, transformation experiences. It's different for each person. I'm not here to subscribe any certain religion or anything, but growth, transformation, really being able to be comfortable in our own skin and feel authentic. I think those are things that everybody's looking for at their core, even if they maybe don't even understand it or know about it. And I just feel like art and creativity and this working with the energies of the chakra can help that. And I just call all of that conscious creativity, and it's how it all works together. It's very it is very fluid, it is very comprehensive, I guess. There's a lot to it, but it's also very flexible, and it's also very unique for each person, but very attainable, I think, too.
Were you you're a very calm individual? Were you before you kind of came in tune with all this, were you stressed out at all? Was there?
Oh, yes. I mean, and I can still get stressed out. I mean,
you're human,
and we all are human, and that's the other lesson that's so important. Consciousness, higher consciousness. It's a destination, and it's a journey to that destination. And even when you reach the destination, there's always going to be the next destination. So it's not about attaining perfection. It's about, just trying. It's about getting knocked down and getting back up. I've had plenty of that as well. But it's also really being able. One of the things I'm really connecting to right now and understanding is this ability to just let go and surrender, and through that being able to release a lot of the hurts, angers, traumas maybe of the past, and just again come into the present moment as whole and as healed as you happen to be. again, that allows you room then to grow and to receive new things and to learn new things and to till you get to the next time that you need to let something go. So that letting go, and then just there's another component. The stress. Just really being able, again, to be in the present moment. And I think that so much of this also just hinges on gratitude and just being able to be grateful, supremely grateful, like for wherever it is that you are, because it really is the perfect place. And I remember the other thing I wanted to say is just opportunity to look at your challenges and maybe trials that you're having as opportunities to let go or to use these tools and to grow and to transform your own life from the inside, out.
How do you, how would one take the steps forward from, being this high-stress person to, meeting these challenges? And
I think the first step is always to just acknowledge that, hey, I have this opportunity. I have this problem, right? So you can see it as, so maybe I need some help, and then to just want something to change, maybe wanting a little bit of change. So acknowledging first of all, and then seeking support and if your friends or family seem like they don't understand or can't help you, maybe finding other avenues.
A lot of times they're not going to.
I know, right. And that's okay. Because everybody's working through their own stuff as well. But you might be able to find a like-minded community of people that can help, or again, courses, classes, different modalities of healing, yoga classes, just meditation classes. There's a lot of things just on YouTube if you want, if you're interested. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit, like easy entry levels. If you're curious but you're a little, afraid of just getting in there, putting yourself out there, there's a lot of ways you can explore and discover things and still maintain your privacy and not, be at risk of, because it can be scary, this healing and admitting things. The dark things can come up from inside, and to feel safe, to feel like you're in a safe place that you can actually, express them and work through them. It takes courage. It takes courage to be able to do that. But if you hang in there, you find like-minded people. There are places out there where you can connect and get the tools and the support that you need to, for transforming, healing, changing your own life, however you see fit to do it,
Mm-hmm. You mentioned yoga. Why would you say yoga is important?
Well, I taught yoga several years ago, and I practice yoga now, but yoga helps in a couple of different ways. It really helps you get in tune with your body. I think that's a lot of these energies in the chakras, the blocks, they're all stored in your bodies in different areas. So yoga can really help you connect with your bodies. Through the breath, yoga can help you just relax, and even the breath work actually can be very cleansing and on a cellular level, and you're breathing out toxins, you're releasing different, like lactic acid can get released. I mean, there's a lot of physical things going on that can physically help your body. So emotionally, though, also it can just help you relax and find a centered place. And then in the end, just the simple, feeling accomplished after you've done some yoga. I mean, that can feel good as well. So, and again, it's a pretty safe place to start.
Yeah. And what I'm learning now is that, that negative energy or what you have built up or not acknowledged or whatever can, like, and it can internalize itself.
Oh, yes.
In your body. And
Yeah.
I was learning about this because I just read David Goggins' book, Can't Hurt Me.
Oh, yes.
Amazing book.
Yes.
And he's trying to deal with all of his past traumas. And he did some of the most amazing things, like, in the world. And then he was like passing out, and he said he couldn't do anything for a while, and he couldn't figure out why. And he said by accident he found out he was like overly tight, like his body was, and it had nothing, not that it didn't have anything to do with like the, running 100 miles or going through budge training or all that stuff, but like a lot of it had to do, the coach had told him that it had to do with the stress that had built up in his life from a lot of it was from his childhood. And
yes.
I mean, if you've seen his stuff or read his book, like, he was a very stressed out individual. So, but yeah, it said like your body can like tighten up.
Yes.
Like, tremendously.
Another book I read that a few months ago that really has taken me further on my journey and gotten me deeper into exploring this idea of the body and the stress and holding body is Bessel van der Kolk, The Body Keeps the Score.
Okay.
Same, I mean, he was a psychiatrist, so he's worked with patients that and he'd always believed in better living through chemistry, but he's like, something is still, it's not working, there's got to be more. So he could really tune in and discovered through his interviews and with his clients how their bodies were holding on to these traumas and stresses, a lot from childhood, and maybe they weren't even consciously aware of things. So much of it is subconscious or unconscious. So anyway, I think the good news is there's been more and more research that's being done on this. There's more and more modalities and healing, opportunities to focus on this and work with people to actually work through these things, because we're all in this together. We're on this planet, together, and I really think that we're here to help each other. And I think a lot of us are really coming into our ways and our gifts of how we can help each other and work together. And because even though some of our traumas may not be as deep or painful as other people's, we're really not supposed to compare ourselves to other people too, because anyway, we can all help each other, and we can all heal together.
Yeah, because that comparison, that will lead to a lot of stress too.
Yes. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and that's what sells.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, conscious creativity.
Yeah.
Just give us a brief on that.
So conscious creativity is a platform. It's a space where you could come to connect with like-minded individuals. You can come to learn more about the chakras and how they affect your body, and how you can heal and take control and grow and expand your consciousness by aligning and balancing your chakras. I also offer one-on-one sessions where you can, if you have a question or you want a little bit of guidance, I offer opportunities for us to connect, and through different techniques we can explore what it is that you might be able to do to release some of the tensions that you might be holding, and to elevate your life and awareness, your consciousness. I also offer one-on-one coaching and group platforms if you're interested in getting together with like-minded people. We have monthly meetings on Zoom where we can create together and meditate a little bit and listen to some nice soothing music, some healing crystal bowls.
At a time, I just have one more
Thank you.
thing. As
Yes.
Lieutenant Columbo would say, just one more thing.
Just one more thing, yeah.
One
Scratch
more
his head.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about getting a program right here on our channel? For $125 a year, you can get 2 half-hour programs a week. I know you have a YouTube.
Yes.
You have your own YouTube, so you can get your own half-hour. You can talk about the chakras. You can talk about Ronda makes art. You can talk about conscious creativity, whatever floats your boat. You too can get your own program here for just $125 a year for 2 half-hour programs a week. Just check us out at cable8.net.
All right.
What do you think? Do you think we'll have a chakra program on here?
Well, it's definitely a possibility. It sounds like something. I'll tune in with my guides and I'll see what they say. But yeah, sounds like a deal. It sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us on our program.